Jeg heter Heine Johansen. Velkommen til Vinpodden. Sammen med Tysk vininformasjon lager vi en serie der vi tar for oss noen av Tysklands vindruer. I hver episode møter du en vinmaker som har hjerte for sin drue. I denne episoden har jeg og Kjersti Enerstvedt en samtale med Weltner. Han lager vin for Weingut Weltner, holder til i vinregionen Franken og spesialiserer seg i vindruen Silvaner. Velkommen, Paul.
Hello, Justice. Hello, Heine.
You are making wine in Franken. Could you tell us a bit about the winery and some of the history of your company?
Yes, we are middle big winery here in Franconia, and we have a 500 years history in growing wine, but we are 100 years here located in Rödelseer, and we produce and focusing bottling wine here in Rödelseer since 4th generation.
So many people know about the areas of Mosel, Rheingau and Pfalz, but what's so special about the area of Franken?
Yes, we are a little bit outside. We are not on the Rhine, or wine growing in Germany. We are located between Nuremberg and Frankfurt, in the middle of these both towns, and it's very good to reach by train, maybe for interest for travelers as well. We are the only growing area in Bavaria, so we're a little bit outside, and yes, that's sometimes a little problem for us. The interest for Franconia is sure we have these three different soils in Franconia, starting with the Buntsandstein in the west, goes with a lot of Pinots, and Riesling is much more in this region. And when we go to Würzburg and this centrum of Franconia, there is the soil is called Muschelkalk, and in my region it's the east region of Franconia. It's very long, right from Buntsandstein to Keuper, but we have the soil, it's called Gipskeuper, and that's very interesting to taste wine of these three different soils and different climate, small part of it, and that's very nice to taste the difference of these three soils.
Franken is home to the Silvaner grape, and you specialize in the Silvaner grape. In Norway, Silvaner is not that well known. Could you tell us a bit about the grape and how you make it the best wine possible?
Yes, maybe Silvaner outside of Franconia, not so much producers or focusing on Silvaner. Silvaner is in Franconia region our main grape, or our special grape. Well, we think we have these three different soils, and so we can transport these soils in these wines of Silvaner, and there's a very balanced wine, so we like it very much to food, comparing alone, and you have a very it's not a loud wine, so that's sometimes the problem of Silvaner. So they have not this main fruit like Sauvignon. You smell it directly, so it's a quiet wine, and that's what we like on these Silvaner. He transports a lot of nature outside, and you have this natural taste of herbal and very spicy things inside, but not this fruit one.
Is there any processes or terroir that is better for making Silvaner?
No, we like these very pure in cellar as well. So we like a strong terroir, and we have a rich soil. We have this Gipskäuper. He has a very mineralic mix, and so we have no big influence from the cellar, because we like this typical taste of the soil, mineralic art of these Silvaner inside, to bring it in the bottle. And he had so much inner power, and it's very perfect pairing with food as well. And so you have yes, these spicy aromas, these herbal aromas inside, but not so much fruit, and a very balanced acid as well.
I know that traditionally in Franken, then you have used the box bottle, these special bottles that you have there. Do you use these bottles, and could you tell us a bit about them?
Yes, it's a tradition a bottle of Franconia, and only in Franconia you can fill it the wines inside this bottle. We are a traditional company, and we fill our best wines inside the box bottle. So that's a traditional way for producers in Franconia, but there's no regulation of filling wines in box bottle. That's a little bit the problem, but I think the traditional producers fill the best wine in this bottle, and I can show a little bit if you want. This is the box bottle. Everybody knows it, and I think if you yes, you have this traditional form, and it has these yes, for a good, very high quality, and the most producers do it, but there's no regulation, so everybody can do it his own way. So, but.
So you mentioned food pairings, that Silvaner is very good to pair with food. So what type of food do you think is best to pair with Silvaner?
White meat or fish, that's the traditional combination. But I think what we see is this modern cooking. So I think these more vegetables in the middle of the plate, and not this old thing to have meat and sauce and the other things around. So more these vegetables food, and that's what very perfect combination with these herbal aromas in the Silvaner, spicy, and you have these earthy components in these Silvaner as well. So that's very nice with these salty wine, and this combination is very good for the future. And I think that's what we think. It's a very modern wine for combinate with these modern food.
I also, when I go to Germany, I also in the spring I always look very much forward to the Süß, the Spargel und Silvaner, which I think is a beautiful classical combination as well. To me, it seems that Silvaner is getting a stronger and stronger standing again now in Germany, after perhaps for a while it has been making a bit of more neutral and simple wines. Now the quality is really starting to rise again. What do you think is the future for Silvaner?
I cannot say around Franconia. I think Franconia is very high quality, and their wines are stabil in these in their Fläche. I don't know. We have very good producers in our company. We have 60% of Silvaner, and I think he's very stable grape. Also with these climate change as well, with these heat and dryness, he's very stable for these situations outside. And I think perhaps especially in this combination of these modern food. So I think it's a very good future for the Silvaner.
Would you tell us a bit about that wine specifically that is represented in Norway?
Yes, I think we have Silvaner in different categories. We start with these Gitzkäufer Silvaner. I don't know if you want to see these bottles or yes. So that's it's a basic, but I think it's a very dry wine and minerality and he transport a lot of what we think about Silvaner. So Franconian is the driest region from the wines. So sometimes we have more focus in France wine as these Riesling wines with a strong acid from the Rhine, so with a little sweetness. So we have dry wines absolutely with 1 or 2 grams of sugar, and there's very minerality is deep. He had inner power, so. And that's transport these basic wine as well. And afterwards we have these Rödelseer Küchenmeister it's in the box bottle. Yes, it's the next step in this quality history, and so we have more deepness, more length, and you have more these complex situation with a very nice grip and saltiness inside. And yes, and over it, yes, we have also these GG from the Hoheleite. This is a part in the Küchenmeister, and it's our highest wine. It's not so strong and not fat, but he has a very straight way and very complexity and deepness inside, and yes, very balanced as well.
Nice. I'm looking forward to tasting more of your wines, and they seem really exciting. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming, Paul Weltner of Weingut Weltner in Franken.
Yes, thank you.
Det er ikke først og fremst eksplosive frukttoner eller tutti frutti man er ute etter når man leter etter en god silvaner. Her er det strukturen, det er litt urtetoner og kryddertoner som står i høysetet. Og når jeg lukter på denne vinen, så kjenner jeg jo litt frukt. Der er hvit frukt, der er fruktstein, der er noen hvite blomster. Samtidig så kjenner jeg en del urter, grønne urter og noe krydder, litt type grønne krydder. Men det er i munnen det er mest spennende med en silvaner. Denne vinen, den har en ganske uttalt syre, et syreattekk i begynnelsen som er tydelig. Den er ganske fyldig og fyller ut munnhulen. Og det som er aller mest imponerende med vinen, det er et sånt saltaktig og lang avslutning for vinen. Som du ser så svelger jeg litt underveis, og det er fordi at syrligheten i vinen er ganske uttalt. Dette er Silvaner Hoheleite 2018 fra Weingut Weltner, og det må være en av de beste silvanerne jeg har smakt på lang tid. Så det er godt jobbet, Paul Weltner.